everybody. Welcome to the Bad Rating Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Atlas Novak, and with me today, they're tiny, they're toony, they're all a little loony.
Chris Hetlinger.
I thought you were either going to love it or you were going to punch me.
No, I like that one. It's better than the last one.
And our guest today...
John Taylor.
Taylor.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
I was about to, I realized I didn't ask you for, a credit at the beginning. You've seen them on blank, you've seen them on blank.
I had a tweet go kind of viral, if that counts.
That's awesome, though. What was the tweet about?
What was the tweet?
It was about Chris D'Elia. Can we go there? Or
yeah, go for it. Do you know what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Not a comic, so
yeah.
God bless you. Yeah. stay pure and stay innocent.
Chris D'Elia was accused of grooming people for sex.
Yes, and not in this adorable Mohawk dog kind of way.
Yeah, for the people watching on YouTube, Scruffles is somewhere around here,
and he's so cute.
He's just I know this person likes me, and I would like to get more pets.
Yeah, if you've seen him on the YouTube banner at the top, it's the one doing this, shaking around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what was the tweet about Chris D'Elia?
It's PG, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I said, of course, Chris likes hella young girls. Most of his material is underdeveloped.
Oh.
Boom.
Boom.
Drop the bomb.
Drop it.
Wow.
All right. I've been John Taylor. You guys been awesome. Follow me at John. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, though.
We,
oh, man.
I had nothing that good to say about him that wasn't already said because I found out a day late. So
people
all the
came
good stuff.
out headhunting.
Yeah.
It was open season.
Well, I mean,
you kind of have to.
Pedophiles.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's oh man, it's bad.
If pedophiles get killed in jail by other people in jail for life, yeah.
Is it? But there's no charges pressed, so I don't know what the legal ramifications will be.
Cancel culture, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he hasn't actually done anything criminal, then it's just
right.
He can get away with it.
My thing was Chris D'Elia is every white male comic's alternate timeline self where everything went wrong.
I don't know about that because I read your tweet. I read that tweet and I was like, I don't know what this guy did, but I feel like whatever he did, you probably wouldn't have done that because it's not like you had a walk in the park life, but you still didn't. You still aren't chasing underage women.
That's true. I'm not.
True. I would hope. Yeah, we're going to put that on the air now. That's not happening.
I mean, okay. I know for a fact I don't, and the just the look I'm getting from you guys makes me think, did I do it by accident in my sleep? Holy shit!
I want to say I came on here for entertainment purposes only to spread my brand. I do not know these people.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's not technically against the law because he's waiting till after, but it's so fucking slimy.
Yeah.
And shitty. And it's like the guy. It's this thing. It's the I'm not. Of pedophilia.
I'm not molesting you. I'm not molesting you.
You know?
That's horrible.
Oh man.
What an awesome start to a podcast, right?
Fan fiction podcast.
Yes.
Which begs the question, John Taylor, what are you into?
Not pedophilia. Comedy, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Am I supposed to list the topics I chose for today, or just in general? What am I into?
The
Either
topics. I'm still waiting for someone to go, yeah, I'm into BDSM, and you're like,
right?
Oh, not what I meant, but appreciate the
enthusiasm and the openness. I just feel I can be myself with you guys.
Yeah, of course.
I chose two things, and I don't know what we're going to talk about today.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell him.
Oh, you did.
Well, wait. I'm just continue.
Okay, so I originally said Death Note. Did I say Death Note or Dragon Ball Z?
You said Death Note, Dragon Ball Z, and there was a third one.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I used to know Forrest Gump damn near line from line when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. I could do the voice. I can't pull it out right now.
Damn. I was like that with Ace Ventura.
Can I? Jenna. I don't know. Maybe that's right. I haven't seen it. I love that movie. Yeah. Obviously. Dragon Ball Z I watch religiously. Naruto, I think I even threw in there.
We already had an episode about Naruto.
Gotcha.
Which, if you guys want to watch that, it's with Bear. It's episode 7 or something. After this one.
After this one. Do not cut it. We got good stuff coming up.
That's right.
But the anime was a good guess because we ended up going with Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I can talk about that. Yeah. I just watched a couple of episodes last night.
It's good. We that's what the stream was at the beginning.
I figured.
Yeah. So,
either that or hemorrhoids. You know?
I do have like a really nasty back zit, like right right on my waistline. So like every time you move, it's. Why am I telling you this? Sorry.
Delectable.
Ooh.
Yeah. I usually hear that about like
food.
Yeah.
I just really like popping people's zits.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Do you watch that show, Dr.
I do not watch it.
Oh.
It's like on Hulu or something, but I would have to like watch commercials to watch it, and I'm like,
You can get like a compilation on YouTube if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
You got to see the story behind the zit.
No, I gotta actually get into it and do it. It's like a tactile thing.
Oh, gotcha.
It's kind of like I don't know, maybe it's like my base instinct is like a primate. But like when I used to work at the animal shelter, I found a lot of like pleasure in like when we got cats in that had like they were stick tight fleas. They're actually their birds are their main like infestation target.
Oh.
But they get on cats and they get on their faces, and so I would like pick off every little flea with like some tweezers. And the cats would be so happy because they'd just be like laying there like, oh god, yes. And like I could have waited for the front line to kick in, but why would I wait? It's fulfilling some base animal need in me for picking off tiny fleas. So
everybody's got their thing.
Yep.
I'm gonna give these cats an Advantix out in the world.
That's right.
Fucking the other flea brand.
Advantix does not work that well. I'm sorry, Advantix. You have failed me too many times.
I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Frontline. It's all about Frontline.
It's all about Frontline.
You ever like pop a zit and it like hits the mirror?
Oh, of course.
That's like the best.
I always pop my zits in the mirror.
No, but like where you do it and it's so like
and it splatters.
It goes.
Yeah, you want the suicide shot basically.
Yes. Suicide shot. I like that.
Yeah.
Or if you do it and it's so wound up that it like makes a sound.
Oh god.
Like a.
Yeah.
The very tiny one that you can hear in your head.
All right. Speaking of painful zits, let's get into this story.
It is called The Next Best Thing. It's by Team Damon.
Matt Damon.
From Archive of Our Own. We will, of course, put the link to the fic in the description in case y'all want to check it out. The summary is Goten has been in love with Trunks all his life, but Trunks only loves him like a brother. When Goten is 25, future Trunks pays a visit to the gang, and Goten starts to wonder if maybe there's a way to get a taste of what he wants after all.
Goten is that Goku's? That's Goku's son.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like address it because he came back. He was dead.
He was?
Yeah, like after Cell he dies.
Oh, you mean Goku?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. So after Cell he dies, and then he comes back and Goten's there, right?
I never watched Dragon Ball Z.
I watched.
They're doing all the heavy lifting.
Gotcha.
I watched some of it when I was younger, and then I watched all of the abridged as an adult.
Because that's helpful.
It actually summarized all of the plots pretty well, from
Did
what
it?
I remember. Yeah.
Oh.
I watched all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. That's the one I.
Dragon Ball Z abridged was the Frieza saga was my favorite of the abridged part. It was basically the same story, only shorter and with more ridiculous voice acting. So,
I've never watched the abridged, but due to your recommendation, I will.
I'd highly recommend Frieza episodes.
Gotcha.
It's great if you like know the show already, no matter what the abridged series is, because they're riffing on it the whole time.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch anything abridged for the first time and then be like, this sucks or something like that.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get it.
No,
I mean,
there's probably tons of inside jokes in there and references that I need. No,
exactly.
But yeah, I've seen the Frieza saga countless times.
Oh yeah, and Frieza is oh my god, I like him. I don't remember if he was like. It seems like they did a really good job of just like taking his essence from like what he was in the show and just like amplifying it into a cartoonish villain in the abridged series. So good job, good writing on that. Whoever the heck
the abridged people are.
Team Forster, I think.
I think that sounds very familiar.
Good writing from the bad reading crew.
Ooh.
I mean, I am a professional editor, so. All right, do we want to get started about this lavender blonde?
Yeah.
As Lady Gaga would call him.
Lavender blonde.
Have you heard the Lady Gaga song? It's like, I love this lavender blonde.
No.
Oh, okay.
I have Just Dance and Poker Face
Right?
in my playlist, and that's it.
Is there any more? Is there like one more big hit?
Paparazzi?
Yeah.
I'm your biggest fan of fun.
What's the Alejandro one? Is that
Oh,
her?
that's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alejandro is another one.
I always feel bad when an artist has like an album with so many hits in it that like everything after just seems medium by comparison.
She had a run though.
Yeah, she does. Or like she's still a pop star and is still making, stuff that charts and everything, but just it's kind of like if you took Sgt. Pepper's and Abbey Road and Revolver and that was all in one album.
I have no idea what that is.
The Beatles.
Beatles albums.
Oh, sorry.
So those are like the three that everyone's like, that's the best one, or the White Album, I guess. If like that was all one album, that's kind of what it feels like. Because everything after it just seems like, oh, you wasted all your good shit on the first one.
People will fight you about that.
What about the Beatles?
No, about Lady Gaga.
Oh, I mean, bring it on. I mean, I'm gonna acknowledge that I'm the least cool person in the universe, so you can't be like, you white boy don't know what you're talking about. That is right. I don't know what I'm talking about. So
I love pop music. I like her stuff that has recently come out too. So just putting that out there.
I haven't listened to radio in like probably 3 good years.
Same.
When I went to San Diego, my friend Alexis had her newest album, and we listened to it like on the way to and from the beach, and I was like, yeah.
Summer.
So it was good.
That's good. All right. Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
All right. There's like a note at the beginning. Yeah, so this idea sprung to mind when I was half asleep last night, and I woke up and just started writing and didn't stop until it was done. That weird, like, embarrassed emoji. I really, really enjoyed writing this, and I hope you guys will enjoy reading it. Might add more to it later, but for now it's a one-shot. Oh, also, I refer to Future Trunks specifically as Future Trunks in the first half, because regular Trunks is nearby, so I felt the need to differentiate. But in the second half, Future Trunks is just Trunks because the other self isn't around, crying laughing emoji. Hopefully that makes sense, lol. Anyway, thanks for reading and see you guys soon.
When did this come out? Not that long ago.
Published May 18th, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is...
And he woke up and wrote this story?
In the middle of the night.
This was keeping him... This is the genius that had to be written down?
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah, all right. He was standing outside under a string of lights, drink in hand as he watched his family from another lifetime laugh and mingle across the Capsule Corp grounds. He took a small sip of his drink, something mixed, sweet, and smiled lightly at something that must have amused him, but the man watching him didn't look away long enough to find out what it was. Goten hadn't been able to keep his eyes off of him since the moment he arrived. The stranger from the future who wore his best friend's face was a mystery to Goten and always had been.
Question.
Yeah.
How old is Goten and Trunks compared to future Trunks?
I don't know.
In here it says, in the tags, it specifically said Goten is 25, Future Trunks is ... probably in his 30s, ? I should nail that down. Details, who cares about details?
And why is Future Trunks coming back?
I mean, we're reading a story.
Yeah, I don't know. He came back initially because, what was it, Cell?
No, to warn them about the androids.
Yeah. The androids, that's right.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know why he's coming back now.
Just to kick it?
Probably.
Just to loot?
To not be here.
Get some closure on the Goten relationship?
Maybe.
Okay.
Or just to
or to
not...
groom Goten.
No, oh God. He's in love with like Gohan though.
No, Trunks has a girlfriend.
Well,
Future Trunks.
Regular Future Trunks has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
There's like nobody left alive in the future though. It's just like Bulma and Trunks, and they're the only people who are like left alive.
Okay, I guess regular Trunks at Future Trunks' age is kind of dating Pam.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Trunks is like, I found this anime pillow in the wreckage. That's my girlfriend.
Yeah. Basically, because he's like one of the last 2 people left alive. Maybe that's why he's coming back. Because like it's a drag to be in the future.
They have Dragon Balls. Can't they wish people back now?
I don't know. He would have to collect them all himself.
Collect them all. He's got a time machine and he's got Bulma. I'm pretty sure he can do it.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Would you guys want to hang out with any version of your past self ever?
Ooh, yes. Most definitely.
When? What age?
18.
How old are you now?
35.
35.
Yeah.
Half your age, 18-year-old John Taylor.
Yeah.
What would you tell yourself?
I'd say stay with comedy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say running is going to be your passion, so get into that now. And then there be a name who shall not be mentioned. Avoid her.
I have a similar piece of advice.
How about you?
I'd probably hang it. I'm 26. I would probably talk to 19-year-old me.
Right.
And tell him, don't get complacent.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Because this girl that you're with is probably the best one that you've had so far. No, not all. I done fucked up my senior year of college. Sorry. Yeah, so it was like this weird feedback loop where like I was getting complacent, so she retreated more into her sorority, and then her sorority sisters were like, bitch, dump him, he's doing you wrong. So I would get more complacent and tell my problems from that relationship to other people, which I didn't know what an emotional affair was at the time. And then
still don't.
And then back and forth until the wheels fell off. So if I had told 19-year-old, like, you got to not stop courting that person, then I feel like it wouldn't have failed when it did.
I see.
So that's the thing. How
That's
about
romantic.
You?
I'd probably talk to my 16-year-old self.
Okay.
And I'd say, take calculus classes while you don't bother taking. I tell them to finagle a way to take calculus at like Cal Poly Pomona so that I wouldn't have to take it in other places, and then I could actually take my math in my college, because that was a problem. They were like trying to get me to graduate in 4 years, which I managed to do, but like at the same time they're like, you can't take any more math, and I was like, but why? And they were like, because it'll take you too long, and I was like, but math. So
I had a similar problem with history. They're like, you can just declare a history minor. You've taken enough classes. I was like, okay then, guess I'll do that.
They didn't want me to take anymore because they wanted me to be done.
That's so weird that like the institution of higher learning where you're supposed to like specialize and get good is like you're too specialized.
Right?
Vary it up.
Yes, yeah. Let's get back to Goten and Trunks.
Goten wondered how it felt, this other Trunks coming here and seeing both of his parents alive and well, his own counterpart grown up and happily engaged to a beautiful woman, and a little sister he didn't have in his own time, blossoming into a stunning young warrior. She wouldn't be here if not for future Trunks, neither would Goten for that matter. The peace and stability they enjoyed would never have been possible without future Trunks' intervention all those years ago, and yet it was a blessing that he himself could only enjoy in scattered glimpses like these. Side note, this guy has like 3 returns in between each paragraph, so it's like scattered glimpses like these. Scroll, scroll, scroll. It wasn't fair, though, Goten thought. Then again, he mused as his gaze briefly slid to his Trunks.
Wait, like Trunks as in shorts? Or
no, Trunks is the person.
As in the person.
I'm thinking, gotcha.
Yeah, but it would be funny if, like, it wasn't fair.
Right?
At my shorts.
Yeah. Let's see. Then again, he mused as his gaze briefly slid to his Trunks, the boy he had known and loved since birth. Few things were. The party was in full swing, and Goten found it easy to sink into the shadows next to future Trunks. Everyone else was tipsy and all caught up in their own little worlds as always, but Goten wasn't interested in them. No, his attention hadn't wavered once since his best friend's older counterpart had arrived for his visit earlier that day.
Question?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Goten like present Trunks?
He probably does.
Is it the fact that future Trunks is limited time, so it makes it special? Like, you know?
Maybe. I think he's in love with his Trunks, but he can't get at him. That's why the whole thing is called the next best thing.
Oh.
Because his Trunks has a girlfriend, I think. I don't know.
I don't
know what time period this is in. I know that Trunks eventually gets a girlfriend.
Don't look at me. What voice should I give Goten?
The Goten is a 25-year-old dude.
So me. My normal voice. Okay. Not much for parties, Goten asked quietly, nursing a beer as he leaned against the same wall Future Trunks was leaning against, a few inches separating them. Okay, so he's a close talker.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Cool. Way to social distance, Goten. The older man quirked a small smile, shaking his head faintly and making his long hair sway across his jaw.
I told you.
Damn it! The lavender locks reached his shoulders.
Wow.
Got him.
It.
Yeah.
It called it. Tied back to the nape of his neck while the front pieces spilled loose and framed his face. He was achingly beautiful.
Wow.
Italics. Yeah.
I like parties. It's always surreal coming back here.
I bet, Goten mused, following Future Trunks' gaze to his younger self, currently dancing with the giggling blonde he was set to marry in a matter of months. Goten's heart stung at the sight, the echo of an old wound that had never quite healed and likely never would. He's happy.
I can see that.
Goten's gaze flicked back up. How about you? Future Trunks' gaze grew a little less focused, and Goten wasn't surprised. He remembered being a kid and watching him fly off back into the future with a fierce brunette at his side and thinking they'd live happily ever after. But apparently that hadn't been the case. My world's not as forgiving as this one.
No, that was...
That's Future Trunks?
Yeah,
Shit, that's you.
Sorry, my world's not as forgiving as this one.
Ever think about just staying? Goten asked, taking a swig of his beer. I think you've earned it after everything you've done.
I think about it all the time.
He admitted to Goten's surprise.
But it wouldn't be right. Or fair to little me.
You paused.
Or other me. He's not so little anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's 25 now, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, and then Future Trunks is 30-something?
30-something.
30-something.
That's what it said.
And Future Trunks says his world is not as forgiving as this one?
Yeah, not as forgiving as this one.
Meaning they're not...
Meaning, I guess, like, again, he lives in, like, a post-apocalyptic world.
Oh.
Where, like, everyone's dead.
Okay.
So.
I thought it was, like, not as cool with the LGBT.
No.
Like, I mean, like, are we regressing? What happened in the future?
I get the feeling the apocalypse is either going to be even less good with LGBT, or it's going to be just like, look, the fucking world's on fire, so...
that's the main issue, right? Like that, we can put everything else to the side if the world's ending.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because that's happening right now, and that's still something that we're...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which boggles my mind. I'm like, we have bigger problems right now. Wear a mask while you're walking outside on the street, and wear it the right way. Wear it, like, all the way up to cover your nose. Please.
Yeah. I look like an asshole now.
Well, no,
no,
you're 6
feet away from us, so
but
it's okay.
This is dumb. This shit right here.
Do not, cover all the way up to your nose, and if you work in the medical industry, especially. So.
Yeah, I like how I realized I have done 6 on-camera motions that they're like, if you're watching us right now, this is happening, and a podcast is meant to be listened to most of the time. So someone's like, motherfucker, I'm in traffic right now.
I can't see you.
Thanks, asshole.
Sorry, we're just talking about how you should cover your nose properly while you're wearing your mask, unless you're 6 feet away from people, in which case you can take off your mask. Just try not to cough really hard in their general direction.
It's like the new Monty Python.
Yes, I cough in your general direction.
Goten's lips quirked at that. Let's see. No, he's not, but I don't think he'd mind. Future Trunks shook his head.
I've meddled with time enough. I don't want to push my luck any more than I already have.
Didn't stop you from visiting, though, Goten noted. Future Trunks sighed.
No, it didn't.
Not that I'm complaining. After all, Goten chuckled. I wouldn't exist if not for you. You want to take over?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Has Goten ever made his feelings known? Or is this the first?
I don't think so. I think he's just stood by and watched his best friend get with this apparently blonde girl.
Diddling blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giggling, not diddling.
Oh.
Okay, that's very different.
Fucking.
That changes everything now.
Hey man, speech impediments are speech impediments. Sorry. Giggling.
Giggle.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess he's just never talked about it because maybe he thinks that he doesn't want to jeopardize his friendship with Trunks. At least that's what my guess is.
And are Goku and Vegeta, are they still here or are they dead? What's that situation?
I don't know. I think they're dancing. I mean, it says something about Trunks' parents both being alive, so Vegeta and Bulma must be alive and dancing.
I can imagine Vegeta being very hard to come out to. But
Yeah.
I think Goku would just be like,
Yeah, he just like laugh
Chill.
and be like, yeah, he'd be like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. The whole like
The
hand
elbow.
behind the shoulder, yes.
Goku is like, I like how all these people have like just obsessions with defeating him, and I think that must be what is so frustrating to those people is because he can kick their ass, and he's just like, yeah, whatever. It's
yeah,
cool.
He
so
doesn't
nonchalant
really
about
care.
it.
Yeah. That it's like that person who is super nice and like gets everything they want and like the good job, the teachers like them, good grades, or they're all good at sports, whatever age you happen to be, and it's like, can you just have one bad thing happen to you just once?
Well, Goku's
Yeah.
died plenty.
Yeah, he died. So he did have bad stuff happen to him.
But that's like because of those people who have like that obsession with just taking him down out of jealousy, I guess.
Or just out of the the ideal of like having a good fight is some of the people's reason for fighting
Yeah.
him.
He's a Saiyan, so he fights by nature.
Yeah.
Like that's what he's born to do. Even though he's the nicest guy, he loves to test his limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which this has been brought up in multiple times in multiple actual and rap battles. Who wins, Goku or Superman, in a fight? They get compared a lot.
Well, it's the same story.
Right, exactly.
One surviving from a different planet, getting sent here
Yeah.
to save.
Has like an obscene amount of superpowers.
Goku has killed before. Does Superman kill?
I assume
I
he
think
does.
I think the only one in the DC universe who has a rule against killing is Batman.
Really? But he'll
Yeah.
like paralyze you and
Yeah, and
not think
throw you in
nothing
an
of it.
asylum. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's fine.
That's
you're not,
okay.
You're not dead. It's fine. That's his rule.
It says you may not like it, and he may avoid killing much more often than he kills, but the fact is Superman has repeatedly and consistently killed in the comics from his very first stories right through the decades, and he's still
Okay.
killing.
Oh wow.
So Superman kills people. Batman
Okay.
is the only one who has a moral compass not to kill people.
I have a moral compass not to kill people, despite the fact that I have no powers whatsoever.
That's why I like Batman in his own like segregated universe away from the other people because he doesn't have any powers and all of his enemies like are.
It makes sense on a smaller scale. They're like, yeah, Batman can win if he prepares for it. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
I saw
Yeah.
a tweet that said if you gave Batman the same amount of time as Kevin from Home Alone, Kevin would beat the shit out of Batman. And I was like, probably right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would just love another Home Alone where it's him as a college student and he does the same thing, but out of sick psychopathic joy instead of like necessity. You know?
So he becomes Jigsaw?
Yes, that's exactly what he becomes.
Why did he never like call a friend to kick it with? Like, hey, my family left me. Do you think I could crash at your space for
Maybe
3 days?
because he realizes that he wished his family away and he thinks that he like legitimately killed people and he doesn't want people to know about it.
True.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not going to try and psychoanalyze Kevin from
We should. That needs to be an episode.
If someone picks Home Alone, that's
He's
coming up
6
again.
years old.
Yeah.
Where does he get this technique from?
Wait,
like,
is he
where's
6?
he?
I thought he was like 10.
No, he's like 6.
Even still,
How
even if
old?
he's like, could you set that up now as an adult? I can't.
No, me neither.
I don't even know what
He
to
was
buy.
8. He was 8.
He's 8. Okay, so
8
he's
in the
like
first
halfway
movie.
between 6 and 10.
Yeah.
Literally.
So, I mean, like, all of it was done with stuff inside the house, and that's him and his, like, obscene amount of siblings and that giant house that he was able to get all that stuff. Now, if Kevin's an adult, like a college student, how do you think he's rigging traps in, like, a dorm room? Or,
Oh.
like, that shared house with, like, 10 people?
He's the Unabomber, right? Like, you don't just grow out. That's not a phase.
No.
Like,
If he's in college, he has access to like the chemistry lab.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's maybe he's a kid
or
ranger.
he's in high school and he hit shop class. He probably did some things there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone's wrote like a we're dealing with 1/6 son of a bitch.
Home Alone saw crossover fic.
Like they never showed the therapy after. Hey, you just were terrorized by 2 burglars for 3 days.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
I feel
it's like, no, let's go on vacation next year too,
Yep.
and make sure we don't keep him right here.
I feel like if you're a burglar, the whole point is you try and get houses that are unoccupied, and it's you want to sell the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why would you continue going after that house after
that makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know what? It's that whole when you buy a jar of peanut butter and you can't open it, and you're like, this jar's not going to beat me today. I'm going to open this can of peanut butter. Like you just will not give up.
So they sunk cost fallacy burglary.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Like I'm not going to let this 10-year. I'm better than this 10-year-old.
Yeah,
I
think it became a pride thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a pride thing because they could have went next door.
Yeah. Or literally anywhere, because the reason they picked that house was because they knew that they were going on vacation.
Yeah.
So.
I like how we went from Dragon Ball to DC to Home Alone. Oh my God, this is the best kind of tangent. I love these.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Future Trunks smiled and turned his head to look at Goten for the first time.
Fuck it!
Right?
Goten took another drink, trying to appear casual, even though he felt a little fidgety under that intense blue gaze. Wow, Future Trunks eventually murmured. You look just like him. Goten shrugged.
Oh, I get that a lot. My dad's genes are strong, I guess.
Not your dad. The other man clarified.
My dad's genes.
Yeah.
Are strong, I guess.
Not your dad, the other man clarified. Gohan. Goten paused. Huh. That was different. Oh, that's your, yeah.
Oh.
Another pause, and then...
He trained you in your time, right?
Future Trunks nodded and then looked down, staring at the still mostly full glass in his hand. Yeah.
Sorry.
Goten sighed.
Didn't mean to bring that up.
No, it's okay. Future Trunks smiled, raising his eyes up back to Goten's. I'm the one who brought him up. He paused. How old are you?
Okay, you're not supposed to ask people their age when you're trying to fuck them.
Why not?
I don't know. Honestly.
Why is that rude? Like
you should.
Yeah,
you should ask though.
That should age and consent need to be the 2 questions at a bar.
I feel like Chris D'Elia is gonna try and use that. He's
no, he has a bit where he's like, I don't know her age because I'm not a creep or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, he has a lot of like.
That's kind of like
this didn't age well statements.
That was also the thing with like Danny Masterson, hide from that 70s show.
That's been on that's been out there for a while.
Yeah, but like Scientology was like putting up the defenses for him. But just all that, like you go back and watch that 70s show, and it's like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Prison?
Really?
You're like, oh.
There's a line in Entourage where he's at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, it's Miss October. I gotta hide. Like it's like, why? It's a playmate. Why would you be hiding from a playmate?
Yeah. Too old. But yeah, I don't know why that's a thing. I guess it's like a pride thing. Like you never asked a lady her age.
Yeah, but like, look at all the problems it causes. You know, like it's. There's so much shame put on age.
There's one good thing from dating apps. It's you list your age.
But
so there's
okay,
no reason to ask.
But if you're at a bar and you see, attractive woman, obviously she's 21.
Yeah. Well, fake IDs.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, you want to at least, I ask.
Yeah.
I ask. I've asked and I've gotten don't you know you're not supposed to? Then I've gotten the 27, 30. Whatever.
Or you can do it a more subtle way and try and ask them about like the things that were.
Right.
Like, hey, were you around for insert thing that they might be too young for?
Hey.
Where were you on 9/11?
Right.
Preschool, I'm out. You know.
But then you also have like the problem with if somebody has like grown up in a different country or something, they might not know the reference.
9/11?
Well, 9/11, obviously. that one, okay.
That's like I would love for.
What if they don't call it 9/11 though? What if they call it something else in their country?
September 11, 2001. That's a date.
Nueve. Oh, I call it Nueve Once. My bad.
September. Yeah. Like, I would just love if, like, that seems like an episode of How I Met Your Mother where, like, okay, so Barney accidentally screws, like, someone who's barely legal, and he freaks out, and he's like, I have to find a way to gauge someone's age without them asking them age. So the first thing he says to every woman is, where were you on 9/11? And then it's just a montage of people answering differently. And then, come on, tell me that wouldn't happen. But
I mean, it would on How You Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Anything can happen on a sitcom.
Yeah.
You can put anything on a sitcom now. Are sitcoms still a thing? They're
Yeah.
not making sitcoms, right? Everything's like The Office now, where it's not like a studio audience. It's
no.
documentary kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well-
Or just like single cam. And single
Yeah.
cam sitcoms
Yeah.
are fine. You know,
They have, I mean, I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine a lot. That's still
Is it?
airing.
That was on Fox and then...
and MVC.
They bought it?
NBC, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's good to defund the police, but also good show.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, literally, Stephanie Beatriz, who plays Rosa, I follow her on Twitter, and she has been donating to the bailout funds for people who get arrested. So
I made my
like,
first donation today.
Nice.
good job.
Yeah.
Yay. So
They're like, if you donate more than $25, we'll double it. And I was like, 26.
nice. $21.
I mean, like,
No, they wouldn't let the change go. I tried that
Oh,
first.
Considering most comedians like net worth, you're probably giving away more of your wealth than
Right?
Jeff Bezos is.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Jeff Bezos has so much money, it's like disgusting.
he's like this close to being the first.
He has so much
trillionaire.
money. He had an affair. Was like, whatever, like.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So what? She'll take half. I'm still gonna be the richest. Like that goes through your mind before you actually do the affair. And
At least Mansa Musa had the good grace to give money to everyone he met. Sure, it may have caused hyperinflation, but he like did what you're supposed to do as a rich person. Jeff Bezos, bitch.
Oh man, eat the rich. Anyway,
Underrated Aerosmith song, also.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Didn't we were texting each other? We like literally were just texting each other the lyrics to that song.
Yeah. Yeah. It just you're like, eat the rich, and I go, there's only one thing that they're good for.
And then I just like texted back the next line of the song.
Eat the rich, take one bite now, come back for more.
Good times.
Yeah.
Let's see.
25 Goten replied.
Okay.
Yeah.
25. Future Trunks breathed, looking away again. Gohan, my Gohan, was 24 when he died. Goten wasn't sure how old Future Trunks was now, or what year he left to come and visit this one. He was as ageless as any other Saiyan, his face eternally youthful despite the heaviness that Goten could see hiding within it. Goten's Trunks was so different, so much lighter and less weighed down, unscathed by the darkness that his future self had weathered throughout his entire life.
Okay. I know you're listening and you're like, wait, is he talking about shorts again? It's capital T Trunks. It's Goten's person Trunks,
Yes.
not Goten's shorts. Because you can't see what's written on the screen.
But he's talking about his lavender blonde.
Yeah.
Coming here and seeing him happy, married with a family, Future Trunks said, eyes on Gohan as he laughed at his now adolescent daughter, Pan.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. And said, it's amazing.
Well, like, does that place it exactly where?
No, because Pan is Trunks' girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Think
Right?
So? Yeah. I think so.
Wait, no.
Well, there's like...
There's an evil Pan, isn't there? Pan is...
The one who I remember having a split personality was Lunch.
Launch.
Yeah. She was like the blue-haired one and like the blonde-haired one.
Yeah, who got a machine gun out of nowhere whenever she sneezed.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a bar trick.
But she was... And like she always hung out with like the creepy old man.
Master Roshi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
some reason.
He gets all the girls. Well, he
He hangs out with all the girls.
right. They all hang out with him. Because
Like,
it's a beach house.
yeah.
You'll
I
put
bet-
up with some stuff.
That's fair, yeah. to be at a beach house, he's just watching. Like,
You know,
he's not-
he actually, I can't even say that. He does touch. I've
he
seen a couple.
does?
Yeah.
I
he's-
don't recall that. I must have like either.
You know what
slipped
though? This doesn't excuse it. It's only been Chi-Chi and Bulma that he's touched.
Oh.
So he only touches family, never like the new girls,
I guess
right?
that doesn't really make it better.
I mean, he is training their husbands for free, so
I
No,
mean, maybe this has been a deal that's been made.
it's just unspoken.
Yeah. Atlas just
Atlas,
like I don't.
Right. That was a smart move. Just not even.
This is making me tear up a little bit.
It is, yeah.
And
He what I remember the most of is him just like trying to watch them change and stuff. And
Yeah,
like,
such a perv.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, he like shrunk himself one time, and was hiding in the toilet.
Was that in Dragon Ball or was that in
Dragon
Ball?
Ball?
Okay, yeah. In Dragon Ball, he was even creepier because Bulma was like 16 and he kept trying to creep on her, and I was like. Even when I was like a kid, I was like, okay, no.
What is it about like? There's that whole like trope in anime and manga where if someone is like turned on, their nose bleeds.
That's only supposed to happen to virgins too, which puts a whole new weird spin on it.
Really?
Wait, so that means Master Roshi is a virgin?
No.
His
But he
nose
must
bleeds
not
a
be.
lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like your blood pressure rises, so you get a nosebleed.
Get a nosebleed.
But I
just had nosebleeds from picking my nose all the time when I was a kid. That's how it's supposed to happen.
But yeah, kids don't do that. Like in the anime, their whole body stands up straight and they fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you get old, I guess.
Because you have blood pressure problems.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm wrong about the virgin thing. I don't know.
I'm trying to dissect decades-old Japanese tropes as a white guy, so it's probably not going to go well if I keep going with this.
Don't know.
Weird. Strange trope.
I do know that it's evolved to like blood not only leaking out of their nose but also their mouth in like some manga and anime. It's just like their blood pressure gets so high that their blood is also coming out of their mouth. And I'm like, that's not healthy.
It's weird that that's for comedy. You know? Like, blood is usually supposed to be dramatic, you know?
How is that less graphic than just an erection? You know? Like...
I mean, like...
That's right, because it's basically taking the place of an erection. Or, like, because women also get nosebleeds when they get turned on in anime, too.
Do they?
So I guess, yeah.
I'm not watching enough anime. I've never seen
in some
that.
shoujo, like mangas and stuff, like when a girl like sees, they turn around, like they see two guys doing something, especially like if they're into BL and they're like two guys that are close to each other talking, like they can get a nosebleed and they like kind of like turn away and like their face is all red and they like have a nosebleed. So I guess that's a way of like equalizing it, so like you can tell when a girl is turned on as well as a guy.
Yeah, for the most part in anime, girls are not turned on. It's always...
You have not read enough shoujo.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't read enough shoujo because I didn't. I just know little bits and pieces from osmosis and parodies and other kind of stuff like that.
Oftentimes, their face just gets all red and they get like
lines. And they scream like, "Ah,
Yeah.
you guys are so stupid! I don't like boys." Da, 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 da.
Oh no! Like when I don't know if this is from Pushugi Yugi or some other thing I watched when I was younger, but like some girl like walks in on like the two dudes who are like in the bathhouse, and so like they're naked, and she screams, she has a nosebleed, and she like throws something at them, and it's like it's not their fault,
Right? It's
you walked in on
bathhouse. They're abiding by the law.
Or there's some reason why they're naked. I assume it's a bathhouse because like it's steamy hot water. So.
Let's hope so.
Do you do you know ProZD on YouTube?
No.
So he's like he has a lot of these like little 15-second sketches almost.
Used to be on Vine.
Yeah, used to be on Vine.
Rip Vine.
And he's got this this one where it's like
Cherem anime.
Cherem anime. Well, not just that, but just like the thing where it's supposed to be like a romantic anime, and they keep switching from like romantic music in like a tender moment to like weird comedy, and he's like, "What? No, back on me! What?"
Oh, I think the sketch was like when you can tell that they're obviously padding for filler time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'll show it to you after, put a link in the description or something. Anyway.
Oh, ProZD.
Yeah.
I do disagree with him on his favorite like Ace Attorney ships though. He likes Edgeworth with Gumshoe. I like Edgeworth with Phoenix. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Right, on his now adolescent daughter Pan. It's amazing. But despite his words, his eyes betrayed the hurt that Goten was surprised to find. At first he thought it was just grief, but the longer that Goten stared, the more he recognized what it truly was. He knew it intimately, more than he ever wanted to. Longing. Specifically longing for something that he could never have.
You loved him.
Future Trunks froze. He blinked and looked at Goten, startled. What?
You're Gohan.
Goten clarified.
You loved him.
When Future Trunks opened his mouth to presumably deny it, Goten added,
you don't have time to lie to me. I won't tell anyone.
You don't have time to lie to me.
Have to lie to me. Sorry.
Oh, damn it.
Okay,
I was like, that's a deep ass, like somebody coming from the future who's on borrowed time. Like,
oh,
Fuck.
that would have been
That's-
good.
Did I just accidentally punch up this
Yeah.
fan fiction?
Yes.
You bet your ass I did. Yeah.
imagine somebody saying that to the Terminator. Like, you know, you
You don't have time to lie to
don't
me.
have time to lie to me.
You don't have time to lie to me.
You don't have time to lie to me.
No,
Yeah.
saying it too. He's from
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah.
So he's not going to say it.
Or, well, I mean, it could even be like a,
Him-
I don't have time to lie to you.
yeah, or something like
yeah.
that.
Oh, that'd be so great. Anyway,
Dibs.
just gonna store that away.
He told Dibs. Give it to him. Yeah.
You can have.
I'm a time travel romance novel coming.
Time Traveler's Wife. It already exists.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
Also, all of Outlander is
All of
basically-
it.
That's from, let's see, you guys, 2 weeks ago, our Outlander episode with Mary Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a romance novel that has been turned into a TV show that's about some time travel. I don't know if they violate any time travel laws in it. Like, don't know.
Anyway.
But if you like time travel and you like people boinking, anyway,
Porn.
yeah, it's just porn.
Outlander?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's like the kind of like, suburban housewifey porn where it's
Yeah.
not like directly, it's not dicks in your face. It's just like
It's not
this
dicks in your face.
It's just this tasteful, like, like Wolfman bare chest, like just
bare chest or
like bare chest, like someone's chest with bare chest. Yeah.
gotcha.
And also, like the first like sexual scene in the show is a dude eating a lady out. So
Hey, good
there
for
you
them.
go. Well,
That's
I mean,
good.
like it's geared towards
Yeah.
women because it's a romance novel.
That's common
Yeah.
nowadays.
It is, yeah.
I'm a fan and a participant.
When I was in high school, my friend,
Go ahead, Atlas.
my friend both wrote me a guide and drew me a diagram on how to eat pussy, which was super nice of her. And
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, was that like a hint, or was she
No,
just
no,
trying
no,
to help you out?
No, just doing me a favor.
How'd that? Did you ask her to?
Nope. Just like
She said-
I know this is coming up soon, so here you go.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that
He's
should be,
a trans man now, but just at the time.
it
yeah.
should be required reading.
It should be.
It was
Yeah.
Like, why
It's-
don't you learn that in sex ed? They should teach you that.
Well,
Right.
because America is still like, sex is bad except for procreation because
Oh,
there's that like kind of
whatever.
Puritan roots still baked in everything. So
Did you
gotta-
guys read a story about Too Soon for Jeff? That was our story to
No,
wait.
please tell me more.
Yeah.
I've heard of I've heard of Go Ask Alice because of that Paul F. Tompkins bit about it. Where
Oh,
it's
really?
like about drug addiction and where she's like, last night I tried acid for the first time. It was pretty good, but I can't wait to try pot.
What?
And he's like, hey, you know how that I had that conversation with the earth? What's it like to have a slightly dry mouth? But just like that kind of thing where they're trying to make it so you steer off of like this taboo thing, but they're doing it completely wrong.
Because they don't
Yeah.
understand.
Like, what's too soon for Jeff?
So it's about this kid Jeff who
Yeah.
has sex, and I guess she gets pregnant, and it's just too soon for him. But like, even as me, I was 16 as a senior in high school.
As a senior, wow.
Yeah, my mom started me early so I could be
Gotcha.
a genius.
How'd that go for you?
I'm 35 and doing a podcast about Dragon Ball Z.
Fuck
So obviously it went well.
So, I'm just collecting the royalty checks any day now.
Patreon.com/badratingpod. Help us produce the show.
I remember this line. Like, even so the whole story is like abstinence.
Right.
Right.
But there's this line, like, I guess the guy was like, I can't make it all bad. So, he's done having sex with her, and he goes, and as he lies there in the warm, calming afterglow of sex, and I was like, I want some of that.
Yeah.
I was like, what'd you put that line in there for? Yeah. But
Instead of teaching people, like, here's a condom.
Yeah. It's so weird. High school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you were a kid and you're like, man, high schoolers have it all together, and then you get to high school, you're like, nobody has it together, and then they're like, adults have it together, and I'm here and nobody does.
No.
Does anybody have it together?
No.
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 Not if you're a millennial, anyway.
Right?
I think, did I already say this on the podcast? How I like went into the nurse's office and I thought that there was like a bowl of candy and it was actually like a bowl of condoms.
Oh, nice.
I remember that coming up at one point. Yeah.
And I was like, this isn't candy. And like the nurses were cracking up and I was like, oh, I'll take one anyway. Just
how close did you get to putting it in your mouth?
I didn't. I just like I saw like a box of colorful things. I thought they were candies, so I took some.
I just watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off this week, and I'm imagining that receptionist being the one who's laughing at you. She's like, if you take a condom, you're one righteous dude. You know?
No, I just got laughed at.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, well. Okay, so.
Future Trunks stared at him speechless.
Clearly speechless.
Yeah.
Goten simply smiled at him and let his gaze pointedly shift to Trunks as he remarked,
"Oh, I know what it's like to have to love someone you can't have."
Future Trunks' eyes widened fractionally, shifting back and forth between Goten and his other self a few times. You mean?
Yeah, since forever.
Goten smiled bitterly.
But he thinks of me as a brother. Told me so when I finally told him how I felt.
Okay, so he did.
Yeah. When we were teenagers.
Forcing a deep breath, Goten glanced up at Future Trunks.
How about you?
Wow.
What's your coming out story?
I'm super gay. How about you? How's it going?
I don't have time to lie to you, right?
Yeah. I love this. Future Trunks quickly looked away, swallowing before giving his answer. I was just a kid. He didn't know. Wouldn't have mattered either way. Goten nodded, lifting his beer bottle back to his lips.
Sucks.
Future Trunks took a drink too. Yeah. It wasn't what he wanted to have in common with Future Trunks, but at the same time, he couldn't say it was very surprising. Some people just didn't get those kinds of happy endings. Maybe, he mused, it was the price they each paid for being alive and cheating fate. Could have been worse, he supposed. Goten caught Future Trunks watching Gohan as he twirled Videl around the makeshift dance floor. The two of them as in love as ever after over a decade of marriage.
Do you love our Gohan too?
Future Trunks startled again, clearly surprised by Goten's bluntness. Frankly, Goten himself was too. After a moment, Future Trunks' icy blue eyes shifted back to Goten, and he asked, I don't know, do you have feelings for me? Somehow he'd expected that question. Goten shrugged, meeting Future Trunks' gaze as fearlessly as he could.
It's a mindfuck.
He admitted.
Because you're him, but you're not. You have his face and his voice and his parts of his personality.
And his parts.
And his parts, ... of his personality. But in other ways, you're like night and day. I'm guessing Gohan's the same way to you.
Future Trunks looked away, clenching his jaw. Goten couldn't help but admire his profile, wishing he could reach out and touch his hair, see if it was as soft as his Trunks' hair.
Mm.
We shouldn't be talking about this. Goten raised a brow.
Why not?
When Future Trunks only shook his head, gaze still averted, Goten added,
I think we understand each other better than anyone else ever could.
Doesn't change anything.
No.
Goten agreed.
But maybe that's not the point.
Then what is? Future Trunks asked, his tone a touch impatient. Goten pushed off the wall and stepped in front of Future Trunks, giving him no choice but to look at him.
I didn't grow up with you, so you don't see me as a brother, and I'm not dead or married with a kid.
Future Trunks' lips parted slowly as a realization dawned on him, the implication of Goten's words unmistakable. Still, he muttered, Goten, you can't mean that's...
Probably not the healthiest coping mechanism.
He conceded with a shrug.
But I don't really give a shit. I've spent my whole life forcing myself to smile and be happy for him, even when it kills me. And you saved a world, but that you don't even get to fucking live in. I think we both are in the right to be selfish for once, Trunks.
But the older man clearly wasn't convinced, even as he dragged his eyes down Goten's face to his shoulders and chest, barely contained in a dark blue button-down shirt, of course, and his narrow waist and hips encased in jeans that might as well have been painted on.
Question. I mean, if they're all Super Saiyans, are you really impressed by physical attributes? Like it's Tuesday for you.
Well, because they're part human, also, right? So,
but like you know, like you're used to it by now.
Yeah, everyone you hang around with is jacked.
So, like, it doesn't really do much for you.
So basically, it would be the equivalent of like if every person looked like this.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, man, you are super attractive today. If only that was the case.
I think they'd be going for a bear. And in Dragon Ball Z, it could be a literal bear because they give parts to animals in that show.
Yeah.
Yep. No wonder they called me the giant awkward bear. All right. Let's finish this up.
That has entirely different implications.
I know.
Okay. Just so you know. All right. I'm not him.
And I'm not Gohan.
Goten replied.
But I'm the next best thing. Roll credits.
There you go.
Oh. Wow.
Future Trunks swallowed, lashes fluttering as he blinked several times, conflict written all over his face. Goten knew right then that he was in no condition to make a decision right then, so he took mercy and said,
just think about it. I'm staying here tonight, so if you change your mind, just find my key.
Key spelled K-I,
yeah.
So it's like I think that's like the power level thing.
Yeah.
Then he leaned in close, lips nearly brushing Future Trunks' ear as he murmured lowly,
if you come, I'll let you do anything you want to me. Anything.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
The faint shudder that ran through Future Trunks' body didn't escape Goten's notice, inspiring the grin that spread across his lips as he pulled away. Future Trunks stared at him with flushed cheeks and dilated eyes, and Goten turned and walked away. And as Goten turned and walked away, he had to admit he was feeling pretty good about his chances. Now, he thought as he said his goodbyes and retired for the night, all he had to do was wait.
So, I think we're going to stop there.
Cliffhanger. Next time on
Dragon Ball Z.
Watch two sexually frustrated adult men
possibly fuck each other. Or you can go in the link and follow the link to go read the story. And you can have your release on your own.
Ooh.
Yeah. What did you think of the story, John?
It was hard to follow at first, but then once we got into it, I liked it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How would you punch it up from what you heard?
Ooh. Well, I would show more emotion. I'm mad nobody turned into a Super Saiyan while professing their love or anything like that.
That's true. I feel like the teenage Super Saiyans would like absolutely be so full of emotion that they'd be like, I love you!
Why are you going blonde right now? People are looking.
Yeah, exactly.
God, what if like every time you got an erection your hair color changed?
I feel like that would happen.
Okay, maybe not for you. That would be less of a problem.
Well, I have a beard.
That's true. I have both.
Which would be even more pervy.
Yeah.
Hey.
They're like, how come your hair's purple and your beard is...
Oh, his beard's gold again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's... Ugh. Oh, well.
Yeah. Thanks again for coming on Bad Reading.
Sorry I was late.
It's okay.
I am habitually late. If you ever have me on another one, just give me a time that's 30 minutes earlier than the time I'm supposed to be here.
Got it.
Yeah.
I will do
you have
that
to reverse psychology me.
I know myself better than I know myself. Wait. Where can people find you?
You can follow me on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, and such, at John Taylor Show, all one word.
John
awesome.
with...
John, JohnTaylorShow.
Perfect.
John Taylor Show.
John Taylor Show.
And you can find me at stolen_relic on Twitter and Instagram. I still have yet to change the name from like my juvenile high school name that I made it, but that's okay.
I think it's fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You can find me at Atlas Novak, or you can find this show at Bad Rating Pod in both of those places. You can also, if you want to help us, support the show that you love. That's a rigged question. If you want to help us produce this show and you're a fan of us, you can go to patreon.com/badratingpod. There are 4 tiers of donations, and you'll get to do fun stuff like access to a Discord server, all the way up to picking the fiction that we read on the show. You'll get to vote on it.
So
yeah.
Join.
Be a MacGuffin, be a Deus Ex Machina. They're all named after cutesy shit like that. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Wash your goddamn hands and have a good night.
Yay.
Bye.